Honourable members, prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in their sight. Give divine guidance to the President of the Republic. Endow members of Parliament and ministers of state with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of government, this land and people may be well and truly served, and their good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision of our country, fair as it might be, a country of righteousness where none shall wrong his neighbor, a country of plenty where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a country of brotherhood where all success shall be founded on service and honor shall be given to the deserving, a country of peace where government shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the effort of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people, that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of coming beauty of Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honourable members, correction of votes and proceedings and official reports. We have before us votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 25th February 2026 for correction, page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, please, yesterday, Honorable Ramadan was here. Ramadan Adam Mohammed.
Table office, take note. I saw him. Page 8, page 9, page 10, page 11, page 12, page 13, page 14, and 15. Honourable members, the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 25th February 2026 is hereby adopted as the true record of proceedings. Now let's turn to official report. We have official reports of 18th February 2026 and 19th February 2026. Let's look at 18th February 2026 first, before 19th. Honourable members, it is before you for your correction. Honourable members, any correction? In the absence of any corrections, the official reports of Wednesday, 18th February 2026 is accordingly adopted as the true record of proceedings. Now let's turn to the official reports of Thursday, 19th February 2026. Honourable members, it is for your correction. Any correction? Honourable members, in the absence of any correction, the official report of Thursday, 19 February 2026 is also adopted as the true record of proceedings. Yes. Minority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I thought we could take the business statement now, even though we are concerned about members getting to know the contents of whatever agreements we are making tomorrow. We can take the business statement at the time of adjournment. At the time of adjournment, we can announce all the details relating to the logistics of tomorrow's program.
Very well. Yes.
Leader, with respect, if it is his pleasure, I would not oppose, but I would have thought that we can rather vary orders and take the questions so that by the time the questions are done, okay, I'm in support. I'm in support of the application.
Very well. Very well. Then on that note, I will call on the chairman of the business committee, who double as the leader of the House, to present the business statement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, your committee met yesterday, Wednesday, 25th February 2026, and arranged business of the House for the 5th week ending Thursday, 5th March 2026. Committee accordingly submits its report as follows. The Speaker, formal communications by the Speaker. Speaker may read any available communication to the House. 14 questions will be asked. 5 of the Minister for the Interior, 5 of the Minister for Roads and Highways, 3 of the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, and then 1 of the Minister for Defense. They are all oral questions, none is urgent. Pursuant to Order 91-2, Ministers of State may be permitted to make statements on government policy. Speaker may also admit statements by honorable members in accordance with Order 93. Mr. Speaker, the Business Committee is still concerned about the time spent on statements each sitting day, contrary to Order 93-4. In view of this, the committee proposes that 4 honorable members in total may comment on a statement for a period of 3 minutes per member, pursuant to Order 93-5. This is to control the time for statements and clear the backlog of pending statements. In this regard, the committee recommends that not more than an hour should be spent on statements each day in accordance with Order 93-4. Attached again is a detailed guideline to making statements. So we repeated the attachments that we shared last week and 2 weeks ago. So speaking in accordance with Order 159, bills may be presented to the House for first reading. However, those of an urgent nature may be taken through all the various stages in one day in accordance with Order 160. The Speaker, pursuant to Order 97, papers may be laid during the week, and reports from committees may also be presented to the House for consideration. The Business Committee took note of the pending bills before the House and therefore proposes to the House to prioritize the passage of the bills. Motions may be debated and their consequential resolutions, if any, taken during the week. On the topic of address and debate on the message on the state of the nation, Mr. Speaker, honorable members are reminded that His Excellency the President of the Republic will deliver to Parliament a message on the state of the nation tomorrow, Friday, 27th February 2026, at 10 a.m. Honorable members are reminded to be punctual and seated in the chamber by 8:30 a.m. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, a motion to thank His Excellency the President of the Republic for the message on the state of the nation will be moved on Tuesday, 3rd March 2026. The honorable members are therefore urged to participate actively in the debate. The Business Committee, mindful of the need to thoroughly debate the message by His Excellency the President of the Republic, recommends the following time allotments for honorable members to make contributions. One, majority leader and minority leader will take 30 minutes. Other leaders will take 15 minutes. Ministers, deputy ministers will do 10 minutes. Leadership of committees will do 10 minutes. And other honorable members will do 5 minutes each. In view of this, the Business Committee recommends that the debate on the state of the nation will commence on Tuesday, 3rd March 2026, and the honorable majority and minority leaders will conclude the debate on Wednesday, 11th March 2026. Mr. Speaker, the committee considered the issue of the number of members to be recognized from each side of the House to contribute to the debate each day. The committee accordingly proposed that the allotment of slots for debate on the message should be based on the proportional composition of the House and consequently recommends a total number of 27 honorable members to debate on each day, made up of 18 from the majority caucus and 9 from the minority caucus in the ratio of 2-1. The minority members on the committee, however, vehemently opposed the decision in rejection of the ratio of 2-1, and the committee accordingly submitted the matter for consideration. The committee voted and agreed to submit the matter for consideration by the House. Sitting time and extended sittings. Honorable Speaker, having regard to the exigencies of time, the Business Committee recommends that sittings of the House commence at 12 noon to ensure that business scheduled for the week is completed, as well as the debate on the message is completed timeously. Mr. Speaker, the Business Committee is once again publishing the backlog of referrals before committees and urges leadership of committees to prioritize and expedite consideration of the referrals and promptly report to the House in accordance with Order 2674. In view of this, Mr. Speaker, an updated breakdown of pending referrals at committee has been attached for the attention of leadership of the respective committees. A total of 294 referrals have been assigned to 24 committees for consideration and report to the House. Friday, 6th May 2025 is Independence Day. The day will therefore be observed as a statutory public holiday. Mr. Speaker, in accordance with Order 2162 and subject to Order 67, the committee submits to the House the order in which business of the House shall be taken during the week. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, business statement ably presented. It is now for your comments. I give the floor to Minority Chief Whip.
Speaker, let me start off by thanking the leader who, for a reason, has to present the statement today instead of tomorrow. Speaker, 14 questions slated for the ensuing week, clearly on the low side. However, reasons not far-fetched, because when we receive His Excellency the President tomorrow for SONA, the cycle has been that in the ensuing week we'll start a debate, arguably for a week or 5 days, so one can understand. But I'm particularly worried about a question I have filed to the Minister for Climate and Sustainability Development. It's been 3 weeks. It's gone through the motion, and always the feedback has been that he's out of jurisdiction. Almost 3 weeks. And I am not litigating on this matter, but I'm saying that there are some underlying factors and reasons that is necessitating this question. Not to belabor the point. Ghana has signed a number of carbon credit agreements. The last time, we raked in over $2 billion as a result of our agreement with Switzerland. There are a few outstanding agreements that has the potential of bringing in money to our economy. UAE has expressed interest and is a huge potential area that we can cash in on. The minister is always not available. I want to make a recommendation that the leadership reach out to the minister to make himself available to answer these questions. There are only 2 questions I filed. Speaker, let me reference page 2 of the business statement presented by the leader of the House. And the leader is proposing to this House for adoption a proportional composition of the House in lieu of the debate. Speaker, this matter is a non-starter. The greatest respect to the leader. He raised this matter at the committee. I told him in plain words that no, our orders are clear. The Speaker, the Right Honourable Speaker, had given a ruling on such matter. Same matter. And so if the Speaker gives a ruling on a matter and you are seeking to challenge, clearly that's what you are seeking to do, you should come by a motion, and he knows what to do. He cannot bring back a recommendation on a matter that has been decided upon already and say that the House should adopt this matter that the Speaker ruled on. That will be wrong, totally wrong, and it frowns upon our orders. Mr. Majority Leader, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't read the temperature this morning. This morning we will help you prosecute government business. The minister is here to answer his question. Let's have peace. Don't raise the temperature unnecessarily, because we are not going to accede to that call. We will not. If you want the Speaker to vary his ruling, come with a motion. The Speaker, besides that, the Majority Leader is lamenting again, the backlog of referrals, 294, and he looks helpless. This backlog of referral not being worked on. The Majority Leader had given some takeaways in terms of directive that ranking members and chairmen who still have referrals in their possession and they are not working on it, they are going to suffer some punitive measures. Last, I follow up dutifully and I have copies of all the business statement. You have said that they will suffer some punitive measures. Last week, you varied that. The leader varied it and said that, the referrals are 294, and therefore I am begging you, go and work on it. He's repeating the same thing. We can't do that. The Majority Leader, get innovative. That is why we respect you as the leader of the House, and we have confidence in you. Don't come and tell us there's a backlog. We know there is a backlog. Bring innovative measures how we can track down on this backlog, because it's happening under your watch. You can say that I'm also in leadership, but I am a minority whip. You are the leader of the House. He is the leader of the House and the leader of government business. So, forgive me, I have to speak the way I'm speaking. But on this occasion, we cannot be sympathetic to you. You should come out with ways of which we can deal with this backlog, because it's not the best. And apart from that, to be fair to him, he's been talking to the chairman and the ranking member. But some of the chairmen are also working very hard. Some of the ranking members are working very hard. They bring their reports. We don't take them. I can name the Collins Dowda report, for instance. It was programmed. The committee has done its work. It was programmed. We never took it. The House committee report, it was programmed on the order paper. We never took it. So that also raises a concern. Speaker, let me draw the curtains. But yesterday, the minister was in the House, the Minister of Finance, and we are scheduled a motion on the statement he presented. There's a matter, maybe the Minister of Finance should come back to the House. He must come back to this House. For instance, During his vetting, and one of government policy, I've heard government courageously said it, the sinking fund, they have said that they will help for us to put funds into the sinking fund. And you had said that the previous government that put 138 million into the sinking fund didn't do anything, that you were going to do more. So as we speak, not a kobo, not one CD has been put into the sinking fund. Nothing. So, and this is the people's representative. The minister must come back to this house. So the minister must come back, and matters on the sinking fund, which is very important for obvious reasons, you know it, as far as I also do know, you must come and speak to this concern. It's a matter that concerns the Republic, and it's important. Then his capital investment. Last year, government short of about 55% of capital investment. And so he must be finding his way to this house and to be speaking to such important matters. Speaker, having said this, I strongly want to register our protest for and on behalf of the minority. Yes. We will not. Speaker, I'm referencing page 2 of the business statement presented by the leader, our respected leader. Speaker, we will resist with every strength in us. The Speaker has made a ruling on this matter that you want to speak based on proportion on the SONA. So if one person speaks here, then three persons will speak there. Again, what is that?
Minority whip.
So I'm concluding.
Repetitive.
Yes, I will
you
not.
have made this point.
Yes, Speaker, with respect. So I am saying this. We on this side, Speaker, we on your left-hand side, we will resist we will resist the oppressor's rule, and we will not. Speaker, the leader is very good when it comes to procedure. We won't take that away from him. What do you want to say? Speaker, the leader is very good when it comes to procedure. We respect him for that. That you won't take away from him. But he should know that if he seeks to challenge the ruling, a previous ruling by the Speaker, he knows what to do. Should come by a proper motion. And if you want to come into the room, come through the door, the opening. You want to enter the chamber, come through the door, don't come through the window. We will not allow, we the minority caucus will resist any proportional representation and speaking in this house. Yeah. Having said this, I encourage members to support the adoption of the report, but the part that says, that's page A. You'll be there and be saying A. Speaker, the part that says, Speaker, with your leave, the committee accordingly proposed that the allotment of slots, the proportional composition of the House, and subsequently recommends a total number of 27 honorable members to debate on each day, made up of 18 from the majority caucus and 9. It's not going to happen. So, having said that, I encourage members to support the adoption of the report and take out that part must be expunged. We expunge that part from the report, and then we can adopt same to report. I thank you, Speaker.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me thank the leader for the statement and to say how excited I am. I'm looking forward to the State of the Nation to be delivered by the President. What a difference a year makes. We are excited about the State of the Nation that will be delivered tomorrow, that we are sure will talk about the stability of this city, the economy that is pointing to a direction that clearly shows that we are on the right path. we are excited to listen to the president talk about a state of a nation that has taken its leadership role in the African continent once again. And so we can't wait for that. We can't wait for the message of hope, the state of the nation, and where we are going. And I urge my colleagues to be here all wearing white to welcome the good news. Madam Speaker, I listened to my respected minority chief whip talk about raising temperature because the majority leader rightly, and I know the minority chief whip, he has been preaching on the principle of fairness. Fairness. Every member of parliament walks in this house representing a constituency. Every member of parliament. We are a total of 275 members of parliament. Those they represent expect them to participate in every debate in this house. So my chief whip is making an argument. And because I believe he believes in fairness, is he telling us that when 88 people on his side against 196, 189, 89, and future. I'm talking about future numbers.
He's talking in the future.
88 against 187. If you subtract that number, what happens to the other members of parliament? Is he saying that they shouldn't speak? I think that because you believe in the principle of fairness, it is only fair that, in fact, I think the leader should have said that it should be 4-1. Huh? So the leader simply said that we are going to proportionally speak, and you are opposing it. You are 88, we are 187. It is only fair that every member of parliament is given the opportunity to contribute to the state of the nation. So, leader, I think you should stand firm on this point. We support you. I thank you.
Yes, Honorable Patrick Buama.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, last year, this same issue arose, and it was resolved by the Right Honorable Speaker. Members who were nominated by their caucus or caucuses were given the opportunity to make comments on the President's State of the Nation address. It's very important and a very important constitutional duty that the President will be performing tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, you are very experienced. You've been a member of the ACP Parliament. Can you give us one example of a parliament where ratio is used in determining how members contribute to debate or make comments to debates? This is very alien because, Mr. Speaker, if we start adopting this...
Are you asking me a question for an answer?
A rhetoric question, Mr. Speaker. I know you can't answer the question. Mr. Speaker, there isn't any parliament in this world, any civilized parliament, for that matter, where ratios are used to determine the number of members to comment or make or contribute to debates on the floor. There isn't one. Mr. Speaker, if this model is adopted by this parliament, there will come a time where even statements, ratios will be used to determine the number of minority MPs to make statements and the number of majority MPs to comment on the statement. Mr. Speaker, this same principle will be used to determine how members contribute to motions on the floor. Today, you are in the majority. You've been in majority and minority before. Never in this parliament or under the Fourth Republic has this thing been ever mooted. Honorable Ayariga, we have to be very careful. This is the House of Parliament, where members from Akuapem South must be given the opportunity to comment on the statement. Members from Akachi, where is my brother from Akachi South? I haven't heard his voice. Because of his duties lately, he doesn't even contribute to debates and statements. We want the first speaker, who has always been very vocal on the floor, to be part of the debates. He must be given the opportunity. Kwame Agboja's Wednesdays for questions, he must stop and come and contribute to debates. So, Mr. Speaker, this model that is being mooted by the chairman of the business committee must be struck out, must be dismissed, and must not be encouraged. It's an alien to the rules of the House and also in any civilized parliament in this world. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kwame Agboja.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. I realize our colleagues from the other side have been canvassing this patapa position for a very long time. Even in committees, ratio is what we use to populate membership of committees. What is different about that? Mr. Speaker, this position they've taken is rather alien everywhere. If you follow this, Mr. Speaker, one day you realize that it will be difficult for people, some people to speak. Mr. Speaker, this is completely out of order. Mr. Speaker, I propose that instead of saying that we should speak for 10 minutes, since we don't want to use the proportion, every constituency must be given at least 2 minutes to speak. That is the only solution. Every constituency, because I am not here, Mr. Speaker, I am not here representing Volta Caucus, so I'm not speaking on behalf of Volta Caucus. I'm speaking on behalf of the people of Adaplu. I only happen to be a member from Volta region, that is why I'm a member from this. So, Mr. Speaker, the only fair way to deal with this is to say that every constituency must be given a time to speak. If it's 1 minute, it's 1 minute. If it's 2 minutes, it's 2 minutes. Mr. Speaker, anything apart from that will be alien and it will be discriminatory towards the rest of our colleagues. So, Mr. Speaker, I would even want us to take a vote on this matter and settle it once and for all, that every constituency must be given an opportunity. If the MP decides not to speak, that is his or her own problem. Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.
Yes, Honorable Abujinapo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are all looking forward to the State of the Nation address tomorrow. And, Mr. Speaker, the business statement correctly captures it at page 2. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources has been attempting to give us a precursor of what is to be expected tomorrow. The Speaker, expectations are varied, but I want to submit that if you conducted any research across the length and breadth of Ghana in general, and among the youth in particular, Mr. Speaker, two of the major issues I believe the country will be expecting to be addressed tomorrow will be the issues of unemployment and cost of living. Mr. Speaker, there is absolutely no doubt about that. Mr. Speaker, from Elembele to Damango, the young men and women of our country are asking for employment. And the unemployment crisis in our country is a reality, is debilitating, and indeed, Mr. Speaker, is impacting on the youth of our country in very negative ways. And therefore, the minister should be reminded that in spite of all the things he talked about, CD appreciating and all of that, all those are welcomed, Mr. Speaker. There's absolutely no two ways about that. Macroeconomic stability is something that is welcome. Of course, that is directly as a result of the post-COVID-19 recovery plan the Akufo-Addo government began implementing as far back as 2022, and that is also on record. Yesterday, the finance minister was here to change, essentially just change the program introduced by Dr. Bawumia, which is the domestic gold purchase program. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the minister who is my successor, in whom I'm quite pleased, would have seen from the handing over notes I gave him that program was initiated when I had the privilege of occupying that office. In fact, the chief executive officer of the Ghana Gold Board is on record to have made references to some of the letters I signed to invoke Section 8 of Act 703 to give our country the preemptive rights to buy the gold. And so, Mr. Speaker, that is a fact. But, Mr. Speaker, let me conclude on the call for ratio debating. Mr. Speaker, there is no parliament in the world where debates are conducted on a ratio basis. Mr. Speaker, if it was the case, in the course of the 7th parliament, the MPP had 169 seats in this parliament. And indeed, if the question was about the strength of the respective political parties, Mr. Speaker, in the course of the 7th parliament, that ratio formula would have been applied. It's never done anywhere. Mr. Speaker, I can well imagine and appreciate the frustration of the majority leader. That I can empathize with him. Because, Mr. Speaker, at the very beginning, some of us very modestly and respectfully made the point that the outcome of parliamentary debate is not proportionate to the numbers you have in a parliament. It's proportionate to the quality of contribution and the quality of debate. Mr. Speaker, we've seen it before. In the 2nd parliament, in this parliament, from 1997 to 2001, the MPP minority was some 64 members in that 2nd parliament. The NDC had a humongous majority in that 2nd parliament. Mr. Speaker, in the end, the J.H. Mensah-led minority stood up and indeed rose up to the occasion and presented quality contributions in the 2nd parliament, which culminated in the election of President John Ajay Kufuor. So, Mr. Speaker, look, as I say, I empathize with the majority leader, but there's little we can do to help him. Perhaps he should find a workshop to ensure that the debate is at par. And so that if we have 20 people debating from this side and 20 people debating from the other side, the debate will be at par. But it doesn't matter the numbers, Mr. Speaker. Even if you were to insist that only 5 MPP MPs should debate the SONA, Mr. Speaker, and you said 50 NDC MPs to debate the SONA. Mr. Speaker, if you don't get your people to prepare and put forward their best foot forward, you will still have the same problem. And before long, Mr. Speaker, you will be invited that even the minority leader should not be allowed to debate and that we should leave the entire debate to the majority side. That will still not help if you don't prepare. And that will still not help if the quality of the debate is not strong. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude by saying, and it's also the subject matter of the debate. If the matter on the table is one which doesn't favor you, it doesn't matter, Mr. Speaker, the number of words you use. For example, if we were to debate about cocoa pricing in this chamber, it doesn't matter if the ratio is 5-1. You will not win the debate. If we were to debate about the price of electricity in this chamber, it doesn't matter that you have a ratio of 10-1. You will not win the debate. So, Mr. Speaker, let us stick to the ruling the Speaker gave, which is that in every parliament, one person speaks from the minority, one person speaks from the majority, just as you are doing now. But the gravamen of the matter is the quality of the debate, and it will not matter what ratio there will be. This minority will continue to hold you accountable. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I normally answer not less than 10 questions every week. I just realized it's only 5 questions for next week. Why don't we have enough questions? Don't we have enough questions? Why would I prepare for only five questions? So, Mr. Speaker, if there are questions in the system, I want it to be at least 10 questions so that I come and prepare very well.
Speaker,
Yes. Honourable members,
the road minister.
let's move away
Yes.
from
Yes.
the tangential issues.
Speaker,
and then
we
come
will
to the
move
business
away.
statement.
But the road minister, Speaker,
On that note,
he had the observation he just made. If he had just been patient and spoken to the leader, he would have realized that it's because of SONA. That is why we have limited the number of questions. I don't get him.
yes, minority leader.
Speaker, I have a couple of issues for the Leader of the House to respond to, and I'm sure when this is well handled, it will help this House. Mr. Speaker, first, the Leader of Government Business introduced this proportional debating system. Mr. Speaker, it is not his first time bringing this matter up here. In fact, he brought this matter up, and the Right Honorable Speaker ruled on this. There's a ruling on this matter. Therefore, I am saying that if he wants the decision to be reviewed, he knows what to do. 2, choosing a different approach is to lead you into temptation. That the Speaker has made a ruling and he now wants to bring this matter up now that you're presiding. He wants to lead you into some difficult situation, Mr. Speaker. And I know you wouldn't want to be in any collision course with the Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Babin. So, Mr. Speaker, we are supposed to assist the chair. And that is the information I'm providing. So, as for that application, it should be dismissed in limine. Mr. Speaker, second, I want to bring this matter of recruitment into the security services. Mr. Speaker, for the majority leader to take it up, and if it's so, the House so desires, program the Minister of Interior. Mr. Speaker, it's a matter that concerns all of us. Please lend me your ears. Mr. Speaker, the current ongoing recruitment by the Ghana Immigration Services, Ghana Prison Service, Ghana National Fire Service, and the police. Mr. Speaker, the methodology has changed. What we have been told and have become aware is that, Mr. Speaker, the entire process is now centralized at the Ministry of Interior. A private software developer by name TribeNet has been tasked to create a data collection platform which is empowered to run process through the use of AI-generated aptitude examination with minimal visible involvement of institutional leadership of the affected services. So, Mr. Speaker, to explain, this AI-generated platform being operated by the TribeNet software developer does not involve the police, immigration, prisons, and fire. So, Mr. Speaker, what it is that a person who is supposed to do an aptitude test does not answer questions in the area where he's applying. There is a software which is a centralized platform. And Mr. Speaker, that is posing a difficulty, especially when none of the security chiefs and their management is involved. Mr. Speaker, let me give some numbers. What it is that, Mr. Speaker, it is becoming expensive for would-be recruits in accessing this. One, Mr. Speaker, they need to buy a scratch card, have access to internet, have access to computer, and it is difficult, especially so, Mr. Speaker, when there are many areas in Ghana where internet access is a challenge. Mr. Speaker, what it is that once they log on, the system over a short period locks them out, even if they have connectivity problem. Mr. Speaker, I am saying this because in my own constituency, people are approaching people for money to be able to have access. This is just at the beginning. If we don't handle this well, Mr. Speaker, what it means is that the unemployed youth who are already desperate will end up spending so much money and will still not have access. It will compound their problems. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that must be addressed, and it's not a partisan matter. It affects you and I in this chamber. You may be an MP in your own constituency, and if your constituent already spent over 2,000 Ghana cedis, 2,000 Ghana cedis, and they don't even know which stage they will get to. And this AI, with this AI generated aptitude test, when they log you out, you need to pay for internet to get access again. Mr. Speaker, sometimes when we are raising an issue that affects all of us, people must pay attention. Don't always misconstrue that when I get up, I'm going purely partisan and attacking your government. Honorable Bua, please bear with me. Listen. Maybe because you are in Accra, you are not going to constituency to know what the youth are going through. So you listen. Mr. Speaker, I would want to suggest.
Yes, minority leader. I agree perfectly with you.
Yes.
You are right to raise this point, but the stage at which you are raising it is what I am worried about.
No problem.
If your application is that we should invite the sector minister to come and explain these issues, that one, I don't have a problem. However, in the absence of the minister you are proposing to be invited, going into details with some specific allegations is what I'm worried about.
We take guidance from you. There's a good reason why you sit in the east of the chamber as a presiding officer. I take a cue and would not belabor the details. Just that, Mr. Speaker, I would pray that in view of the seriousness of this matter, may the minister be invited for a closed sitting for this to be thoroughly discussed so that we will understand exactly the process. But as it is, it's costing so much money and it becoming a burden on us because constituents are coming to us for money to go and buy access to internet, and then it is becoming problematic. Mr. Speaker, that is issue one. Issue two, Mr. Speaker, the majority leader promised this House in its last business statement presentation that the finance minister will appear before us as a House and fully update us on that policy to reduce producer price of cocoa. Mr. Speaker, can you change the sitting position of the minister responsible for roads? Mr. Speaker, he is sitting in the seat of Honorable Kasia Latufosin. Mr. Speaker, all he does is to make life difficult for me. And the majority leader will never come to my defense because it benefits him.
He's actually encouraging him.
And he encourages him to do that. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader promised that the finance minister will come. Don't misinform him. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader promised this House that he would ensure the Minister of Finance comes here to brief us on that decision to reduce producer price of cocoa. Mr. Speaker, he and I know that in opposition they promised 6,000 per bag. They came, the 3,100 they came to meet. They increased it, then now you reduce it to 2,500. Mr. Speaker, the cocoa farmer in Ashanti region, in Central region, in Eastern region, in Western region, Western North, Oti, Volta, Mr. Speaker, our region, Volta, Bono East, and Ahafo. Mr. Speaker, they are suffering, Mr. Speaker. In other words, cocoa equafua omuwo Ghana. Mr. Speaker, we need the aswani say, Sebi, price na yetuomu per bag no. Inchi abamba cost we yetuomu sa. Omati so 10 million. Mr. Speaker, why never kasama kwekwa akwafo? Mr. Speaker, to wait.
Minority leader.
Mr. Speaker, to wait.
Minority leader.
I'm explaining it in English.
Yes, but with all due respect, you as a leader of the House made a statement on this matter, and the statement has been commented upon heavily, if that cannot be described as a debate. So for me, by the records of this House, you are please sounding repetitive.
Speaker, sorry, but because he made a promise, that is why the promise has become part of the records of the House. So I wanted to remind him.
Yeah, so if you made a promise we didn't refuse, you have raised that matter.
It's very well.
We need to give you the opportunity.
Mr. Speaker,
why did you fail in your promise?
Mr. Speaker, that is so. Mr. Speaker, that is so. I was only giving a background that, like I said in Tree, Mr. Speaker, like I said in Tree, Koko Ekwafo, Omunim say, Essay Chiomoka, Omate so 10 million. Says, I want a Becca Sama Koko Ekwafo. Omasame Mobo. Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that who speaks for the cocoa farmer? The cocoa farmer is in a very sorrowful state, a very sorry state. Nobody, the NDC government that is supposed to speak for the cocoa farmer, is not speaking for the cocoa farmer.
Yes.
So, Mr. Speaker, the majority leader will have the chance to respond.
Recognize
Mr. Speaker, our point of order.
The majority.
Oh, okay, but why have you
leader.
frowned? You are doing point of order. Then the way you have folded your face. Mr. Speaker, we are talking about cocoa farmers.
Yes, majority leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we should not convert discussion of business statement, agenda for the week, into substantive discussions of matters involving sector ministers that are not in the chamber to respond, and making allegations and claims that cannot be responded to because the relevant public officers are not in the House to respond. So I think that it's important for us to exercise some discipline in the debate or commenting on business statements so that we don't go on this. Because you see, if you start this way, then we will all have to respond to every single issue that you have raised. Then we turn business statement into a full-blown weekly debate on matters that have not been properly brought to the House. Many of the issues that you are raising are issues that can only be brought to the House through a question, through a statement, and through the minister deciding to come and brief the House. But you go on a tangent of discussing them into details. When the minister comes, will we give the minister the opportunity to respond to everything during business statement? And is that what business statement is all about? We would have bastardized what business statement is all about. So I understand the Friday politics, but there should be some limit to how it is done. There should be some limit.
Majority leader, I agree with you. Minority leader, please take a cue.
Mr. Speaker, in fact, that was my last point. If you had allowed me, I would have completed. But Mr. Speaker, he, the majority leader, should also know that when he gives his word, he must keep his word. When he gives his word, he must keep his word. He promised that, Mr.
Please address the chair.
Mr. Speaker, this is the time that you must show brotherhood. You have seen what he's doing.
I didn't hear him. He didn't speak into the microphone. He's not captured by the Hansard.
Mr. Speaker, we have a pending motion. The motion on mass dismissal of Ghanaian youth. It's a review application. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader, when it gets to such stage, he wouldn't want to speak into the mic. He's been promising, Mr. Speaker, this is most unfair to the minority. In any serious parliament, the minority must be heard. Then the minority must be heard. Mr. Speaker, that is not enough, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minority Leader, apparently you are on your feet speaking, and again saying the minority must be heard.
Mr. Speaker, it is not just being heard. It's not just being heard. Mr. Speaker, you know that you must be seen to be heard in substance. Mr. Speaker, we have brought a motion which is national in character. The majority frustrated that motion. Mr. Speaker, it's been over a year. Ghanaian youths who had been in the employ of state institutions, some since 2017, some since 2018, others 2020, 2024. Mr. Speaker, all of them were dismissed en masse. Mr. Speaker, we brought this matter up. We lost our first application. We brought up a review application. It was admitted. We moved the motion. We debated. The majority chief whip did the first contribution for his side. Mr. Speaker, this motion has stayed in our books on the other paper for over 8 months. It's not good enough. Last week, the majority leader promised me and promised the entire caucus that, we'll take it next week. He did the same thing 2 weeks ago. Mr. Speaker, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. SONA will take place. I'm not sure we'll be able to take it. Can the majority leader confirm whether he would program this for Tuesday? Mr. Speaker, we have waited for far too long. These are employment rights that are constitutional. A right guaranteed by the Constitution. If Parliament cannot speak for these people, which institution can? Who can? Is it because the majority members are not affected by this mass unemployment situation, that those who were dismissed do not come from your constituencies, so you don't mind? Mr. Speaker, it is important we address this thing. My last point, then I resume my seat. Mr. Speaker, we want to know from the majority leader when the Minister for Employment will bring the policy on 1 job 3 shifts to this chamber. Since now ministers are bringing policies to this chamber. It is not enough to talk about a so-called 24-hour economy. Even so, you created a legislation and created a bureaucracy. That's not what we're talking about. The policy on 1 job 3 shifts, which will include putting in place incentives for the private sector. The youths in Ododio constituency, La, Teshi, Nungwa, Adaklu, Boko Central, Efutu. Mr. Speaker, they are all waiting for the 1 job 3 shift. I rest my case.
Yes, I'll give the floor to the Minister for Interior. But minority leader, you are part of the people who made the law to back the policy in this house on 24-hour economy. You contributed to the making of that law. Yes, Minister for Interior.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, whilst driving here, I was listening to the minority leader. Mr. Speaker, this is a house of record, and somebody like the minority leader, anytime he has to speak, it is good that he must cross-check his facts so that he puts out accurate information. Because misleading the House by no other person than the minority leader is worrying. Mr. Speaker, he spoke about the recruitment process. And Mr. Speaker, without necessarily trying to respond to him for every single thing that he has said, let me say that we have made con men and women very uncomfortable with this recruitment process that we are carrying. People, we all were in this country when a recruitment process led to a COP in charge of HR for the police being dismissed from the police service because of extortion of money. Mr. Speaker, he was talking about the IT firm. I will charge him to go and check with Public Procurement Authority whether each of the services, I'm talking about Ghana Police Service, Ghana Prison Service, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Fire Service, did not sign individual contract with the service provider. This is facts you have to check. And you are a minority leader who will be responded to if you write to PPA to find out whether that was done and whether it was done properly. If you are written official to any of the services, they will have educated you instead of trying to stand in the Chamber of Parliament and mislead the generality of Ghanaians with your ignorance. Mr. Speaker, he was talking about the aptitude test. There has always been aptitude tests whether you are going to join military or police or fire or any. But what were they doing, Mr. Speaker? They were doing it manually. You see our children in...
Minority Chief Whip, I'll come back to you.
Speaker.
Yes.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't do this. Honorable Muntaka is somebody I respect. When I came to meet him in office as a senior colleague, as a whip, but Speaker, I'm coming under one. But
Minority Chief Whip, please address the chair. Yes. You cannot be responding. Address the chair.
I will not respond. I won't even refer to the orders. I know the specific order to refer to. Order 123. I could come under order 123, 2A, but I will not. So I will rather urge my respected senior, Honorable Muntaka, that to err is human. I mean, bottom line, we can all argue strongly. Sometimes we take strong positions. But let's veer off foul language that will be offensive.
So,
that is all
Minority Chief Whip, you are offended by the use of the word ignorance. Is that not so?
Yes. Because they should say clear or such.
Minister responsible for Interior.
Statement.
You see, we should fast track so that we don't... today we want to close early.
Speaker,
so, Honorable Minister,
Muntaka.
Honorable Minister for Interior.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, you heard him.
Yes,
he's talking about the use of the word.
Frankly speaking,
ignorant.
I didn't say it an offensive way. If you don't have knowledge about something, you are ignorant about it. But if that's offensive to him, I withdraw that.
Very well.
I was just trying to note that it is something that you can always check. And if you don't check and you are putting what you don't know, you are misleading the people. And since he's not comfortable with the word, fine.
Yes, the word is now withdrawn. So continue.
Mr. Speaker, if this parliament, in every any civilized parliament, something like that. Mr. Speaker, this parliament is civilized. I want you to rule. Listen, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, this is a very civilized parliament. By that same ruling, the words used by the minority leader that if this was a civilized parliament must be expunged from the record, Mr. Speaker. It must be, because I am in a very civilized parliament. I don't know the parliament you're talking about, so that word must also be expunged from the records.
Yes, Honorable Minister for...
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I was talking about the aptitude test. There has always been aptitude test. In 1996, when I tried to join the army, I had to write an aptitude test. Interestingly, I got to medicals, and then someone went and told my mother that I've run to Accra to join the army. And my mother was scared of me joining the army. That's the only reason why I didn't join. Probably now I would have been either an ex-serviceman or I would have been in the army. Mr. Speaker, the aptitude test, this is what happens. You physically go to a center, you go and write, and then somebody marks. And during the marking, that's where people used to extort money from these innocent people. I can get you past, I can get that, I can get that. And what the Ministry of Interior tries to do is that to take the human aspect out and make sure that this is done without human interference. Mr. Speaker, he's talking about internet challenges. You are forgetting that every one of them will have traveled from his village to either Accra or Kumasi or Bolga or Sunyani or Takoradi or Cape Coast or Ho to write the exams. Today, we are making it easy that they can sit in the comfort of their home, or probably just travel to the next village or the next town or the next neighborhood where there's internet for you to write that. Which one is easier? Now we take out the human interface. What is happening? A lot of the people think that, and Mr. Speaker, because I've been a member of Pan-African Parliament just like you today, I know the majority of Africa have stopped writing exams manually. In the AU system for the past 10 years, if you want to join the AU system, you write an online exam. And people don't know that the camera faces you. Anybody try to assist you, it will take you out because you are trying to cheat. If you try to double log so that somebody will be quoting the question and answering you, the system detects that. It takes you out. So that's why, even with that, we inserted that because we are doing it for the first time, let's give all those who attempted that and disconnected them an opportunity for mop-up. And that is why currently the mop-up is going on. To give them a second time, but 82% of the people went through it without any problem. The 80% who tried doing one fishy thing or the other, we are giving them an opportunity to correct their wrongs, to know that the system is sensitive. You cannot get someone, because first you have to upload your picture, so it knows your picture. The moment I give way for Honorable Mama Yaga to sit and try to continue, it disconnects, because that is not me. And that's how the system is corrected. Yes, if the young people of our country, you are saying that they are so ignorant they cannot use internet, please think again. They are smarter than you think. The young people of our country are smarter than you can even imagine. 82% of them have gone through there without any qualms. And it is a better system because it takes away all the human interference and takes away all the corrupt activities that used to go on. I can assure you, the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will not sit whilst others go through the hell of drudgery of the process. Others sit home and then they just correct that, and the name of so-called protocol, they get damned when those who qualify go back home. We are taking everybody through the system. You come, you go through the body selection, we check your certificate, you do the aptitude test, you do medicals, because, Mr. Speaker, many of our young men go to training and die. But because they sign the undertaking, we don't even talk about it. Many people go for military training, they die. They go for these other services training. And I'm sure most of my colleagues who have been ministers, they will tell you, they go and die because they have conditions that will not warrant them to go for the exercise. Many of them don't, in the past, they won't do it. We are insisting that you have to do all that. So that even if you have to be helped, let's say the minority that wants someone to be helped, he must go through and be qualified before, even if you have to be helped, So please, stop deceiving the ordinary Ghanaian. We know what we are doing. We are making sure that all the con men and women are taken out. They don't get the opportunity to cheat. Just last weekend, Mr. Speaker, 2 prison officers were arrested because they were trying to assist 14 applicants through the process. They were trying to, they were arrested. When we started, there were about 4 or 5 arrests. That's why you are not hearing people have been duping others, because we are vigilant and we are watching. Yes, we should know our country has a challenge of unemployment, but in our research agenda, the security services, you must have the minimum qualification before you go in. We are not going to be dumping people there, just like people have done where when we came, people with diabetes all were under training. We have to get them out because they were not qualified to be there. So please, Mr. Speaker, without responding specifically to most of the allegations that he has made, I want to urge a minority leader, anytime you want to speak about things that your colleagues are in charge, please get in, talk to them, get the facts. If you doubt them, put it into writing so that they will respond in writing, so that then you can speak to it. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader,
Mr. Speaker,
I want to plead with you so that we focus on the business statement. You see,
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minority Leader,
Mr. Speaker,
you see,
he's made some statements
honorable members,
that are personal.
honorable members, please,
Mr.
let's
Speaker,
get it right.
Give me
Honorable Minority
a minute
Leader, please, both of you should hear me.
Very well.
You see, we are considering business statement. We should focus on the business statement. When the business statement is adopted and it is time for statement, then we can get up under Order 93 and raise matter of urgent public importance. Honorable Niti Wood, you just walk in. This response coming from the Interior Minister was attracted by what the Minority Leader placed on record when we are considering business statement. Sometimes it's for a good reason that we try to limit comment on the business statement to matters arising from the business statement. But instead of focusing on matters arising from the business statement, if you add matters that are not included, these are the response that are attracted. That's why I feel strongly that matters relating to business statement must be dealt with, so that if you get to a point where we are going to make statement and you get up that you have a matter of urgent public importance that you want to raise with the leave of the person presiding, you will be given the opportunity to do so, and then the opportunity will be given to another person to also respond to the matter that you have raised. I believe that is the way we should be going.
Speaker, I will do exactly just that. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to put on record that sitting here in this black seat, I am not unaware of the responsibilities. I would never, and the record should bear me out, get up to run down a minister. Neither would I say things that I know I cannot verify. Honorable Minister knows me and knows me. I will not. As you may be aware, Mr. Speaker, I have prepared a full statement, and in fact, I've actually cross-checked. If Honorable Minister had been patient to listen to the exact words I used and how I approached this matter and how I even took a cue from you, he wouldn't make submissions to the fact that the Minority Leader should cross-check and do this, and if you mislead. Mr. Minister, with respect to you as a colleague, I would never take undue advantage of where I sit to run you down or your ministry. I won't do anything to undermine my own credibility. I want the nation to take me serious. And I want you to take me serious. The point I raised was well founded in peculiar facts that when we get the chance to share, you will know that I'm not misleading anybody. That said, I take a cue from Mr. Speaker. I would use the appropriate process to deal with this matter, and I will furnish you with all the records I have and the peculiar facts I'm raising for you to know that I am not being personal, neither am I dealing with unverifiable facts. You may recall that yesterday I beaconed you. I said I wanted to have a discussion with you because I wanted you to even have my statement to read before I do it on the floor of the House. Today I only dealt with key issues about the cost to our constituents. I was not running you down, with respect. So I think you misconstrued the government of the submission I made prior to your entry into the chamber, leading you to think that I am misleading or that I didn't check my fact. All those contracts, I have copies. You have been a minority leader, a chief whip. You know that when we are in opposition, we get information even far ahead than those of you in government. So at least give me that minimum respect, that you be here. You know, when I was on the other side, there were things that you knew in government that I did not even know. You know. So please, colleague, we are not obstructing. We want to help our nation. So please bear with me. Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.
Yes, my majority leader. Please, I will call upon you to respond to the issues raised pertaining to the business statement, and then we move on. Deputy Whip, you know my style, that after giving the opportunity to your leader, I don't look back. You understand? So, with all due respect, please, your leader has spoken. I plead with you. I'm pleading with you. Yes. This microphone is on at the back.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First and foremost, there was a discussion about inviting the Ministers of Finance and Minister for Agric to come and brief the House on the issues pertaining to the reduced payments going to cocoa farmers. During that discussion, my colleagues opposite insisted on making a statement. And even that day, I pleaded with them to wait until the ministers were in the chamber for them to make the statement so that we could holistically discuss the situation. The minority leader insisted on making the statement even before the two ministers came into the House. Thereafter, I also made a statement, and indeed, I read the entire press statement of the Minister for Finance to this House, making it part of the record of this House. And so I concluded that given that you had already made a statement and we had extensively discussed that statement, there was no need to summon the Minister for Finance and Agriculture to this House to discuss anything relating to cocoa. But any member is entitled to ask a question about cocoa prices. And if Speaker admits that question, if the information requested is not in the public domain, then that minister must come and answer the question. So you know exactly how to get ministers to come to this House. The practice where on Friday, when I present business statement, people will get up and say they want the minister of this or the minister of that to be summoned to this house to respond to this and that issue. With all due respect, it is not founded in any of our standing orders. It is not founded in any of our rules that on Friday you just get on your feet and say that you want a particular minister to be summoned to come and respond to whatever you think that should be responded to. Where in our standing orders are you founding your request on? The rules are very clear, and I thought everybody understood the rules. So I'm not going to respond to any request that any minister should be summoned here. Now, look at what the minority leader did. Raising an issue about recruitment in a way that amounted to a comprehensive statement about the recruitment. And I think that this is most unfair. The minister responds to you, and instead of admitting your mistakes, you get up and you want to further undermine the minister's statement. The minister said he procured the service, that the various agencies participated, that the whole idea is to remove the human element as much as possible. I have been in this chamber in the last 1 week. We're passing the legal education bill, and the minority leader kept insisting on how we must introduce courses on AI, how we must introduce courses on IT, how all the lawyers must begin to use AI. The same minority leader who is insisting that all lawyers must use AI for their research, for legal work, he is rejecting an attempt by the Minister for the Interior to use IT to resolve a problem that we have been confronted with for years. What double standard is this? That you say that we must move towards removing the human element in order to deal with the problem of corruption, that we must use IT in order to be more efficient, that we must cut the cost of young people who want to be recruited. Everything that the minister has presented points in this direction. He is using IT. He is removing the human element and thereby fighting corruption effectively. And he is making it cheaper for the young people because they no longer have to travel long distances. What else could you ask for? What better arrangement could be put in place? Show me. Mr. Speaker, I think we should be fair to our rules. On Fridays, yes, when there is a business statement, if you think an item should be included, just mention it. But then also don't forget that there are ways in which to get ministers to come to this house. And this Friday calling on me that I should summon the minister, I'm no longer going to accept it because that's not the rules by which we get ministers to this house. Mr. Speaker, I think also that the debate about the numbers that participate in the comments and debates during SONA and the budget came up again at the committee meeting. Because even though the last time it was raised in this chamber, and Speaker ruled that in a parliamentary system, normally both sides are given equal opportunities. But I also know that in a lot of parliaments, every MP has a minimum entitlement. Every MP has a minimum entitlement. Go and scan through the arrangements in most developed parliaments, and you will see that, for instance, when it comes to statements, every MP is restricted to a number of statements. So one MP cannot come and bring 10 statements. No, your slot is 1. And in addition, you are restricted to the time. The 1 slot that you have in every meeting of parliament, you must speak in 5 minutes. So minimum guaranteed opportunities for everybody is guaranteed in every parliament. Because we come here representing, different sides. The more numerous the side that you represent, the more issues that they have that must be put forward. So if you are limited in your time, it makes it difficult for you to put out all those issues. And for me, I'm not saying that every single day that we come to this chamber, that the speaker should say, okay, for every matter that we are debating, let's have proportional representation. No. I said in this special instance of SONA, every member of parliament must have an opportunity to have a bite. And so the arrangement that we have had in the past should be varied. Yes, I raised it before. Yes, an issue was the speaker took a position. But this is a house. This is a house. This is a house. Wait, this is a house. If the house agrees on an issue and votes on it, I don't see how speaker can overrule this house. No. Speaker cannot overrule this house. That is why it is contained in the report of a committee. And when the report of the committee comes, and we vote on that report, and we adopt the report, Speaker is bound by the report of a committee. It's not an issue that I've raised on the House, on the floor that he has ruled on. It is the report of a committee recommending that this is how business should be arranged. And it is within the mandate of the business committee to make those recommendations. So I strongly believe that we should allow members on all sides to have an opportunity. Either we accept what we have proposed, or we revert to a system where when SONA is presented by the president, every single member of parliament should have a given time allocation. Even if it is 2 minutes, if it is 5 minutes, every MP should have a time allocation. That way, everybody is given a fair opportunity to participate in the debate. That is my position on the matter. So we have the proposal of the committee. I must put on record that this matter was objected to by the minority members of the committee. Fortunately for them, there were only 2 that day at the committee meeting. Fortunately for them, there were only 2. There were 9 other members who voted in favor of this arrangement. So this was supported by the committee by a vote, majority decision. We have presented the report to this House. Let the House debate as we have done, and let the House adopt the report. If we adopt the report, I believe that Speaker definitely will accede to the arrangement. I'm not saying it should apply to every deliberation in this House. It is with particular reference to this SONA that is going to be presented to us tomorrow. That is the proposal. And in response to the minority leader's question that I promised to bring the finance minister, and I didn't bring the finance minister. He also promised to bring the former finance minister, and he never brought the finance minister to this House. You promised that you will bring the finance minister as far back as May last year. Why are you running to? Why are you running to? You promised to bring Ken Oforiatta to this House. Did you bring him to this House? He's on his way, coming from the US. He's busy fighting immigration there to stay in the US. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge colleagues that I do understand that there is some advantage gained by your side by giving equal space as my side, which is 2 times your number. In fact, more than 2 times your number. And the reason why I continue to make this argument on my side is that I agree with you that it is not the number of minutes that you have, but the substance of what you say. I agree with that principle. It is a sound argument. But in politics, how much airtime you get, is very, very important in your political projection. How much airtime you get. So if my side we are 187, and then we are given the same amount of time that you who are 88, you are given, then it means that you get the same time to project 88, whilst I am compelled to use the same time to project 187. It's clearly unfair. It's clearly unfair, Mr. Speaker, and we are not going to accept it. So this matter, we are going to vote on it, and when we vote on it, it's going to be binding on this House that this particular SONA, we contribute on the basis of the number. Mr. Speaker, that is the position that my side has taken on this one. This is what the committee has recommended for consideration. As for the number of questions that we are scheduling for next week, we agreed to reduce the number of questions because next week we want to have the SONA debate, we want to have the bills being considered, and we want to also have some of the statements that have been pending and advertised for weeks now also taken, and we still also want to create room for the various committees that have referred out to present their reports. So in view of that, we calculated and came to a conclusion that the only way we could do it was by reducing the number of questions so that we can reduce the number of hours that we spend on question time and stick to the 1 hour rule of our own standing orders. So, Minister for Roads, that is why we cut down on the number of questions for next week. I believe all the issues have been responded to, and I urge members to adopt the report of the committee.
Honourable members, save that leadership of the House should engage on the ratio. Business statement as presented is hereby adopted. Honourable members, let me use the opportunity to admonish that today we are talking about every democracy. In every democracy, when the two leaders are given the opportunity to speak, we don't look back. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday we referred the Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy document to the committee, Finance Committee, and we asked the Economic Committee to join them. The report is ready, and so we would just want to lay the report so that we can come back to questions from the Minister for Lands. Just to lay the report.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I was actually not going to raise a matter with regards to the business statement, but I was actually seeking your guidance on something very important that I feel is wrong, and that is Order 71. Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I'll read Order 71 so that you can guide me. Mr. Speaker, Order 71(1) reads that every Friday, the chairperson of the business committee shall present to the House a statement on the business arrangement for the following week. And Mr. Speaker, 2 reads that where the first sitting of the meeting precede a Friday, the statement on the business arranged for the remainder of the week, where possible, shall be presented a day for the commencement of the meeting. Mr. Speaker, Order 71(1) is clear that the business statement can only be presented on a Friday. The only scenario that Order 71 give variation on the Friday is to the effect that if it is a first meeting of a sitting. So I wanted to find out or get guidance on what basis that today is Thursday, that we are adopting or we are presenting a business statement today when our orders are clearly against it. That's the guidance I wanted to seek from you.
Honourable members, the member is seeking for my guidance regarding business statement being taken on Friday. The combined effect of the order read by the honourable member doesn't make it static. So if on Friday, State of the Nation's address is going to be taken, by which it is not possible to take the business statement on same day, there is nothing wrong taking the business statement today or on Tuesday. So on the rules that you have read, it is not static. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I do agree with him that there's a specific order which sets out Friday. We had this debate, somewhere last week. Go again to Order 2. Order 2. No implied restrictions. No implied restrictions. Order 2. Subject to the provisions of the Constitution and except as otherwise provided in these orders, nothing in these orders shall restrict the manner in which Parliament exercises or upholds its powers, privileges, and immunities. So when Parliament so deems it fit to change the date on which the business statement should be presented, nothing in these orders will restrict Parliament from doing that. So yes, a specific day is scheduled, but Parliament can decide that for reasons of convenience, a different date will be used for presenting business statement.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, when you read Order 71(1), it is not the use of the word shall is mentioned, that every Friday the chairperson of the business committee shall. So, Mr. Speaker, if it is the case that we are expecting the president tomorrow on the message of the State of the Nation, what prevents Parliament either before his message or after his message to take the business committee? So, Mr. Speaker, for Hansard, Parliament is a house of record, and for Hansard, that's why I need your guidance so that in future,
Deputy Whip, you see the shall that you are reading is not with reference to Friday, the day. The shall is in reference to the person who is to read the business statement.
Mr. Speaker, I'm guided. I think Hansard will capture your guidance.
Yes.
So that in the near future, if it is the case that we want to Hansard capture this, and in the near future, we want to even present a business statement on Monday, nobody will actually argue on it. Mr. Speaker, it's convenient to the majority leader. So he doesn't want to apply his law properly because it's very convenient for him.
But, Honorable Habib, you've been in the House for some time. Is today the first day that business statements are being taken other than Friday? Yes, the application is to vary the order of business for us to take item number 9.
Speaker, there should be no objection to the taking of that business. However, just to bring to the notification of the majority leader, page 8 and page 9, items 12 and item 18 motion. They have been on this order paper for a very long time. Leader, I know you are particular about how we should do our work in this chamber. Leader, my concern is that if we are not ready, if we are not ready to take this business, it shouldn't appear on the order paper. We should be clinical as a house. You are always, for the past 3 weeks, you have this motion always advertised on the order paper. We don't take them. And now, you just advertise this business and you want to take it. So, it's a reasonable concern. Why did you advertise these ones earlier? For the past 1 month, you've been advertising them. And this one just came and you are taking this one. And this one is also advertised. The two of them, the pension scheme matter and then the Auditor General matter, and we constituted a body, a committee to work on it. Why can't we take this motion? I don't understand. I don't.
Honourable members, in the absence of any objection to the application, at commencement of public business, item numbered 9, Chairman of the committee.
Report of the Joint Committee on Finance and Economy and Development on Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy 2026 to 2028.
Honourable members, report has been duly presented and they are for distribution to members. Yes.
So, Speaker, we may take the questions now.
To item number 8. Question. Honourable members, the minister is seated. We then pose question number 547, standing in the name of Honourable Akwesi Kwaneru, Member of Parliament for Menchia North. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the legal mandate, institutional structure, and operational scope of the Blue Water Guards recently deployed by the ministry and how effective they have been in protecting Ghana's river bodies from the continuous destruction caused by illegal mining activities. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The mandate of the Blue Water Guards is to support the enforcement of existing mining and environmental laws by deterring illegal mining activities in and along river bodies and other water sources. The initiative operates under the supervision of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources in collaboration with the Minerals Commission, the Forestry Commission, the Water Resource Commission, and the Environmental Protection Agency. Mr. Speaker, Article 2576 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 1 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006 at 703 vests every mineral in its natural state in and under or upon any land in Ghana, rivers, streams, water courses throughout Ghana, the exclusive economic zone and continental shelf in the President on behalf and in trust for the people of Ghana. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has the mandate to sustainably manage and utilize Ghana's lands, forests, and minerals for national development as provided for in the Minerals and Mining Policy of Ghana. The Speaker, pursuant to Section 101 of Act 703, the Minister has the mandate to generally supervise the proper and effective implementation of the provisions of the Act and its regulations. Mr. Speaker, in the exercise of this mandate and to stop the further destruction of water bodies by illegal miners, the Ministry, in collaboration with the Minerals Commission, launched the Blue Water Guard Initiative, which launched the Blue Water Initiative, which is in two parts: the dechemicalization of water bodies and the establishment of Blue Water Guards to protect the water bodies from the devastating impact of illegal mining. The Blue Water Guards operate in collaboration with other state actors such as the Minerals Commission, the Water Resource Commission, the Ghana Navy, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the National Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat, NIMOS. This interagency liaison is fortified by Section 15 of the Minerals Commission Act 1993 at 450 and 32D of the Environmental Protection Act 2025 Act 1124. Mr. Speaker, while the policy oversight rests with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, operational coordination at the local level involves the Minerals Commission working directly with the district assemblies as well as the police commands to ensure effective implementation. In the discharge of their duties, the Blue Water Guards operate under a structured command system comprising the command and the second command. They prepare daily work plans and are required to notify the local commander of the Ghana Police Service of their movements. The police service works closely with the guards to provide security support where necessary. These protocols have already been well established with the Ghana Police Force and the Ghana Navy. Mr. Speaker, the Blue Water Guards have enhanced surveillance and deterrence along river bodies and have strengthened collaboration between regulatory and security agencies at the district level. Their structured reporting system promotes accountability, while community sensitization efforts have improved local awareness and cooperation in the fight against illegal mining and the pollution of our water bodies. I thank you.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, part of the question had to do with the effectiveness of the Blue Water Guards in relation to our polluted water bodies. And in particular reference, I asked this follow-up question. What has been the performance criteria or indicators that are being used to assess the work of the Blue Water Guards? I'm bearing that question in mind as a preamble. As you now doubling as the Minister for Environment, the EPA currently says that for Brim River alone, they need about $35 million to do what they term as...
Honourable Member, when you engage in that tangent, the actual question that you have asked is lost. So you have rightly asked the question. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I think the minister is competent enough, and I must build a basis for the minister so that he will be able to answer the question effectively for Ghanaians to appreciate him. If probably that will not be, what has been the performance criteria that has been used by the ministry to measure the performance of the blue water gas, bearing in mind the continuous pollution that requires EPA to say they need 35 million to decalcalize just one river body.
Speaker, in describing the work of the Blue Water Guide, I laid out the structure. I also talk about the commanding and report structure, and that includes monthly reporting and supervisions and work performance and output. Those are all factored in on a monthly basis. I thank you.
Any further question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. The minister talks about monthly reports, and that is brought to the ministry. Can the minister be able to share with us, as he says he has monthly reports, what was and what is, so that it can therefore be used as a measure of the performance and effectiveness of the Blue Water Guards?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I was trying to be very brief in laying out what the Blue Water Guard, but the point I was trying to make was that because we have a laid out human resource structure, it begins with training, retraining, discipline, supervision, and performance, and rewards and recognitions for those who are performing. And those are being tailored, and that is how we are tracking the performance of the Blue Water Gas and ensuring they are performing. And we are tracking that on a monthly basis and making sure that where corrective actions are needed, it is done. Thank you.
Yes. Final supplementary question, if any.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my question has to do with the impact on river bodies, not necessarily the Blue Water Gas personnel themselves. The answer given is a reliance on the Blue Water Gas themselves, their training, their retraining, and recognition. What is the impact of the Blue Water Gas activities and the performance criteria being used to assess their performance on our polluted river bodies?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, since the formation of the Blue Water Guard initiative, especially the guards in the various water communities, one, have created the awareness to these communities about the need to make sure that we protect the water body. That's very fundamental. One of the reasons we decided that we will go to the riverine communities is to make sure that the young people, in the spirit of the young pioneer, will understand the national duty to protect what is so fundamental, our water bodies. And we believe that they are playing that very important role. They are also playing a very important coordinating role by being the eyes and ears of the security service, reporting on timely basis on activities that are illegal. And because of those very timely reporting, the security forces, the police, and the NIMOS, and even the Mineral Commission have intervened on timely basis in a lot of areas. Reports of seizures of illegal equipment and arrests have all been possible in a lot of different riverine basins because of the Blue Water Guards. I thank you.
We then move to question numbered 353, standing in the name of Duke William Allen Kwame Amwakwata Oforiata. Honourable members, before giving him the floor to ask the question, I crave your indulgence to acknowledge the presence of our student from Pearl House Academy, led by Bosun Sena, NCC Municipal Director. They are from Efutu constituency. They numbered 68. We also have Rome International School, led by James Aban Mensa, Headmaster. Ningo Pram Pram constituency, they numbered 56. We have Ghana National Tailors and Dressmaking Association, led by Kojo Esuman. NCC Patron, they are from Gomua West, they numbered 63. We also have Odoko McLean Basic School, led by Grace Anderson, Assistant Headmistress. They are from Ablekuma North, they numbered 90. We also have Liz Faith Hills School, led by Emisa Emmanuel, Headmaster. They are from Domiabra. They numbered 61. Honourable members, on your behalf, I welcome them to Parliament of Ghana and urge them to have a fruitful visit. You may kindly resume your seats. Now, Honourable William Malen Kwame Amokwata Oforiata, the floor is yours.
Mr. Speaker, I stand on Order 88.3. I have been authorized by the questioner to ask permission to ask.
Please do.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the plans of the ministry to provide Fantiakwa South with 3 lots under the Tree for Life initiative. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The Fantiakwa South constituency is a beneficiary of the Tree for Life reforestation initiative, which was launched by His Excellency the President in March 2025. Under this program, the constituency benefited from the establishment of 20 hectares of forest plantations. In addition, under the enrichment planting model, 50 hectares of plantation was undertaken in the Worbon South Forest Reserve within the Fantiakwa South constituency. This year, the ministry will continue the implementation of the initiative nationwide, and the Fantiakwa South constituency will benefit from free seedling distribution for woodlot establishment, the reclamation of degraded minor areas, education and sensitization. I thank you.
Any supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, no, thank you very much.
Our member, this constituency specific, will move to question numbered 456, standing in the name of Honorable Alhaji Nuruddin Mohammed Momoni.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the number of excavators that has been seized by the ministry since assumption of office by the minister.
Yes.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Since the assumption of office, a total of 500 excavators has been seized in various illegal mining sites across the country. In addition, a total of 490 have been impounded at the Tema Port, awaiting clearance. I thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. My follow-up question has to do with in 2nd July 2025, the administrator for Mineral Development Fund mentioned that 33 excavators were missing. And on the 3rd July 2025, again, the late Environment Minister, my late senior brother, Honorable Mutala, mentioned that 40 excavators were missing. I want to find out from the minister, has this excavator been found?
Honorable member, if your question were to be on a missing excavator, I would have allowed it. But your question is, how many excavators have been seized? And you have exactly been given the number. Honourable members, I have the course.
Mr. Speaker.
Can you listen to me? To discuss the manner in which some questions are being posed with your whips at the lobby. The whips can attest to the fact that I share this view with them, that if your question is about the number of excavators seized and you are giving the number, why will you be talking about missing excavators? So let's just play by the rules.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, some of these argument that you always have on conclave, we don't have the opportunity to hear that. But looking at the follow-up question, it's related. Speaker,
Honorable member, will you take a cue? Your question is simple. To ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the number of excavators that have been seized by the ministry since assumption of office of the minister. Now the minister has come to give you the number. If your question were to be on the missing excavator, then the minister would have done his research work and bring you the information. So, question time is not to take anybody by surprise. So you don't ask a question on the number of seized excavator and then turn around to be asking a supplementary question on missing excavator. They are two different things, and it offends Standing Order 89. You are introducing a different matter. You are talking about seized excavators. You are again talking about missing excavators. So let's play by the rules.
Mr. Speaker, you know, you are my best friend, and I'm guided. But, Mr. Speaker, another question that I want to add to the minister is that, are these missing excavators part of the seized excavators? The minister is ready to answer. Are the missing excavators that I mentioned, are they part of this 500 excavators that you say you have impounded?
But the minister in his answer never mentioned missing excavators. So that is your own words. Honorable Nuruddin.
Mr. Speaker,
you see,
Ghanaians are watching us.
Yes.
And Mr. Speaker, with the greatest of respect,
yes,
they are watching us.
Yes.
And Ghanaians are much interested in this issue of excavators.
It doesn't matter if
excavators.
the Ghanaians are interested in that particular matter. You know how you should put your question. There are some questions that demand yes or no answer. And when the answer is given you, definitely looking at the nature of the question, you have difficulty asking a supplementary question. One instance is the question that you have asked.
My very good friend, Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the minister, are these 500 excavators seized? Are they all in the same location, or they are in different locations across the mining areas?
Yes, the seized.
And how many in each location? If they are in different locations.
Are they in one location or in different locations?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Those seized excavators have all been accounted for, and they are in different locations across the country. I thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, Lord, I'm not done. Mr. Speaker, that's just one follow-up. Can you give us the locations where these excavators are kept? Because, Mr. Speaker, we want to be doing our own tracking. So whenever we see a particular excavator moving from those locations, we can alert the security agencies to do their work.
You see, Honorable Nuruddin, sometimes I have a difficulty. We owe a fidelity to the rules. You ask of a number of seized excavators. You are giving the number. These excavators are seized. The whole world is watching us. Now, you now want the minister to disclose to you the location of those seized excavators. Why?
Mr. Speaker, I don't see anything wrong with the minister disclosing to this honorable house where the excavators are located.
The whole world will see something wrong with it. So your question is overruled.
Because since the excavators is not illegal, that we will say that we are doing something illegal.
So if you seize my item and you are now in a public forum saying that my item that you have seized, this is where it is kept, are you considering the security implication of it?
No, Mr. Speaker, there's absolutely nothing wrong with.
Please,
there's
please,
absolutely
please.
nothing wrong with that.
Please, let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing.
All right.
Let's do the right
Mr.
thing.
Speaker, I can't continue to be arguing with you on this issue. I'm guided. Thank you very much for the
You're
opportunity.
welcome. Yes.
Thank you, Speaker, for the opportunity. Honorable Minister, last year there were reports that 33 excavators were missing. Can you confirm to this House whether the excavators are truly missing and if they have still not been found?
Question humbly overruled. Yes.
Why?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, let there be order. Honorable members, some questions should be a substantive question for the minister to prepare the answer to come and give. But for God's sake, this question is seeking to know the number of the seized excavators. Nothing more, nothing less. And the number has been given. So I'll come to you.
Right,
yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to find out from the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, out of the total number of seized excavators, and if I do the calculation, it is about 990. Out of this number, how many of them has been released to their owners? And those that have been released, how many of them were released out of a court order?
Please kindly file a substantive question. Yes, Honorable Habib.
Mr. Speaker, in the minister's answer, the last sentence, he said, in addition, a total of 490 have been impounded at the Tema port, awaiting clearance. Minister, I wanted to find out from you whether those impounded excavators can also be termed as seized excavators. Either if it is impounded, whether you are going to do investigation and give them the opportunity to clear it, or you are seizing them.
Yes, Honorable Minister. After that, I'll come to you, Soini.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I use the word impounded for a very good reason. Those impounded excavators are going through a process of verification through the Ministry of Transport in collaboration with my ministry and Customs Division. And once you can certify that they were imported based on the guidelines that have been established. One, you had approval before you imported it, and you can establish a legitimate company and the location where it's going to be tracked to that location and joint fence. And so those processes, once you satisfy that those impounded excavators can then be released to you. But those 490 have been impounded pending the process.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, Minister, I asked this question because the questionnaire seeks to only find out about seized excavators. So, Minister, why did you include impounded excavators in your answer when the question is talking about only seized excavators?
Yes, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I wanted to be very transparent to ensure that this House will be provided with all the information at my disposal. I thought it was important I did so. And I'm very happy to clarify as we go forward.
Yes, Honorable Soini.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the minister how many seized excavators were handed over to him when he assumed office, because we do know that the previous government, his predecessor, his predecessor also announced. Mr. Speaker, we know that the previous government.
Honorable member, I think you have asked your question.
Okay, thank you.
I would advise you to file a substantive question. Yes, honorable members, let's move to question number 461, standing in the name of Ebenezer Prince Ahin, Member of Parliament for Mfansiman.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the honorable member is absent and he has sent me. No, he sent me. Mr. Speaker, about 30 minutes ago, he sent me a message.
Please, why are you up?
Yes, so now that he's here, yes, thank you. So he's here.
Yes, honorable member, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. What he said is very true, and apologies on that. I rise, Mr. Speaker, to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the plans the ministry is implementing to facilitate the ratification of the Uya lithium in the Infantimani constituency. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm happy to report that after extensive consultation, the Uya mining lease was laid in this August House on the 19th of December 2025 for consideration and ratification. It has since been referred to the Committee on Lands and Natural Resources for consideration and report to the House. I thank you.
Yes, any supplementary question?
No supplementary question, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Minister.
Thank you. This is a consensus specific. Let's move to question number 518, standing in the name of Francis Kwabena Owusu Achiao, Member of Parliament for Jobe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources what steps the ministry has implemented in strengthening minerals exploration and resource estimates for the small-scale miners. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. To ensure sustainable mining, the Minerals Commission is collaborating with the Ghana Geological Survey Authority, the University of Mines and Technology, the Ghana Landscape Restoration and Small-Scale Mining Project to undertake geological investigation in 30 blocked-out areas. The Speaker, the GGSA, which is the Ghana Geological Survey Authority, has also completed preparatory works to embark on geological investigation on 20 blocks with the financial support of the Ghana Gold Board. The exercise has been undertaken to delineate viable and suitable areas for small-scale mining. The GGSA is also actively mapping previously unmapped regions to identify new mineral deposits and replenish depleting resources. We believe that this collaboration will lead to the delineation of areas for resource estimates for small-scale miners in the coming year. So far, there are about 180 designated areas across the country. I thank you.
Any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Yes, I want to find out from the Minister that in his answer, I want to know that does it mean that all the agencies mentioned in the answer are doing their own exploration in the various blocks as mentioned in the answer?
Minister.
Madam Speaker, I was very careful with the answer, and I stated it very clearly that the ministry is leading a collaborative effort among these various agencies to focus on geological investigation to identify where the minerals and where the minerals are. And so we are making sure that there's more coordination and collaboration among these agencies. I thank you.
Any further supplementary?
No, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you. We then move to question numbered 548, standing in the name of Honorable Issa Salifu Taylor. Takwa Nswaim.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources to provide an update on the status of the refinery project by the Ghana Manganese Company Limited at the Nsuta site in Takwa Nswaim, and when the final approval from the government will be granted to commence operations.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The ministry received a proposal from the Ghana Manganese Company Limited to establish a manganese refinery plant in Ghana. The proposal covered the technical design and proposed production capacity of the refinery, estimated investment outlay and implementation timelines, expected economic and social benefits, including job creation and value addition within the mining sector. However, the company has requested specific government intervention or facilitations to make the project bankable, notably in securing tax exemptions and waivers, reduction in import charges, and reduction in price and supply of gas to facilitate the construction of a manganese refinery. Consequently, the ministry has constituted a technical committee made up of reps from the relevant stakeholders institution to review the proposal. A series of meetings have already been held with the Ghana Manganese Company Limited. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources is coordinating a follow-up discussion with key stakeholders to ensure that all statutory, environmental, and fiscal issues are properly addressed before approvals are granted. The committee is expected to complete its work by the end of the first quarter of the year. I thank you.
Yes, Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Yes, the Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, given that the committee is expected to complete its work by the end of the first quarter, can the Honourable Minister indicate a clear timelines for when final approval will be granted and when commercial operations at the Nsuta site?
Yes, Honourable Minister, timeline.
The construction of this refinery is a very critical project that will add to our value addition drive in the mineral space. And that is why government is moving fast track to engage the company to ensure the committee completes its work. As soon as it's done, we will work with the company to make sure we follow all the legal processes is completed and the approvals given for construction to begin as soon as possible.
Any further supplementary?
No further question. Thank you very much, Honourable Minister.
This is also constituency specific. We move to question number 497, standing in the name of Honourable Azik Boama Nyako, Member of Parliament for Efia. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Land and Natural Resources how many excavators have been seized since January 2025, the number missing or unaccounted for, and what measures the ministry is putting in place to regulate the increasing importation of excavators into the country. I thank you, Right
Honourable Minister.
Honourable Speaker, Since my assumption of office, a total of 500 excavators have been seized at various illegal mining sites across the country. In addition, a total of 490 have been impounded at the Tama Port awaiting clearance. Mr. Speaker, again, I wish to state categorically that no excavator seized is missing or unaccounted for. The ministry has data on all the excavators seized and their location. Mr. Speaker, in furtherance to our efforts to regulate the importation and use of excavators, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, in collaboration with the Ministry of Transport, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, and the Minerals Commission has rolled out a national excavator tracking system. This system provides a centralized national dashboard, geofencing capabilities, real-time alerts, and enforcement support. It also incorporates an import restriction regime which establishes multiple layers of approvals for the importation of earth-moving equipment into the country. The Speaker, to import an excavator, an importer must first obtain an approval or permit from the Ministry of Transport. Upon arrival of at the port, the DVLA registers the excavator before clearance. Thereafter, the Minerals Commission installs a tracking device on the equipment prior to release from the port. Mr. Speaker, furthermore, government has procured and deployed over 1,000 digital tracking devices to monitor and regulate the movement and use of excavators and other mining equipment nationwide, in accordance with the provisions of the Mining and Minerals and Minerals Operation Tracking of Earth Moving and Mining Equipment Regulations, LI 2404. The technology-driven intervention is enhancing real-time monitoring, improving transparency, and strengthening accountability within the mining sector. I thank you.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the Honourable Minister the 500 excavators seized and the 490 impounded. What is government doing with them? Thank you. What is the ministry doing with the seized and the impounded excavators?
Yes, Honourable.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, the government is working and collaborating with relevant agencies, and we are in advanced stage of discussions on the way forward on how these excavators can be utilized. I'm not in a position to discuss that yet because those engagements have not been completed. But once I am very clear about the way forward, I will be able to come to this House and provide that information to honourable members. I thank you.
Yes, any further question?
Mr. Speaker, the minister in his response indicated that they have incorporated an import restriction regime which establishes multiple layers of approval for the importation of earth-moving equipment into the country. Can the honourable minister... Okay, so I'm saying that the honourable minister in his response indicated that they have incorporated an import restriction regime which establishes multiple layers of approval. So I want to find out from the honourable minister what exactly has gone into what goes into this import restriction regime. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Minister.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I'm proud to announce that prior to the implementation of this new restriction regime, excavators and other heavy equipments were not even registered with the DVLA. I'm very happy to report we now have a very robust registration regime working with the DVLA. I can also report that the DVLA, working closely with the Mineral Commission, has established a checking point at the port. And so those excavators that arrive, that is after you've received the permit and the stop point is the Ministry of Transport. The Ministry of Transport, if you are coming to import any heavy duty equipment for road construction, you will get that approval from the Ministry of Roads and Highway. If you want it from you are coming to do mining, you will go to the Ministry of Lands and Natural through the Minerals Commission, and as if any other ministry, and then that will go to the Ministry of Transport. And so that coordination, we have a committee working together to ensure that that exists. And because of this robust regime and the tracking that I've talked about, no excavator will move. As we speak, we've tracked over 1,000 excavators at the port. And then we've geofenced them as well. So if you say that your excavator is going to Takwa, Anglo Gold, for example, it will be tracked to Takwa. You can't branch anywhere else. And to be geofenced to the mining site. And that is how it's been tracked. And in real time, we are monitoring those excavators at the Minerals Commission tracking room. I thank you.
Yes, your last supplementary, Fanny.
Very well, right, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in his answer again, the last but one paragraph, he indicated that government has procured and deployed over 1,000 tracking devices. I want to find out from the Honorable Minister what percentage of the number of excavators in this country are being tracked or are tracked.
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I think it's a very good question. I know that since we began the implementation of this program, all the excavators that are now coming in the country are being tracked. Where the challenge is that those excavators that are already in the mines have not been tracked. But we are working with all these mining companies, working with DVLA and the Minerals Commission to also track those that are already in the system. I thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Page 47 of the Minister's answer. Mr. Speaker, again, I wish to state categorically that no excavator seized is missing or unaccounted for. The ministry has data on all the excavators seized and their location. An agency under your ministry, that is MDEF, the CEO of that agency, in the person of Hannah Bisu, is on record to have said that about 33 of those missing excavators were missing. This is a glorious opportunity for you to clarify to the Ghanaian people. How do you reconcile both statements? Thank
Question not admitted.
The minister is even ready to go and answer. The minister is even ready to go and answer. How is it not admitted? The minister is even ready to go and answer.
Honourable members, you will all agree with me that the minister is not here to clarify a statement made by an agency chief executive. Let's operate within this thing. You understand? Yes.
Right, Honorable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Speaker, sometimes it is just important that we remind ourselves that this is a house of record. And ministers are endowed with the capacity to deal with institutions under them. And especially when the minister has all the wherewithal to respond to those matters. Speaker, I know for a fact that the minister has an answer that would have even put this matter to a certain understanding and clarity.
So,
and he was about to respond
Honorable
to them.
Jerry Ahmed, available leader, show me the record of the House of the statement made by Honorable Hanabishu. You say this is a house of record.
Mr. Speaker, I can share with you the video that has gone around.
Is that the record of the House?
Mr. Speaker, that is, I can share with you. But Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker,
Majority Leader.
Yes.
Let me hear you, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I think that given the nature of the issue, the allegations made and etc., the minister is here. So my plea is that if you will allow the minister to respond to it, it will
Well,
help.
what I am, Honorable Majority Leader, with all due respect, what I am trying to avoid
Yes.
is the minister's word against the alleged statement made by Hannah Bisiu, who is currently not at the chamber to even utter a word. We are house guided and we need to be guided accordingly.
Yeah, but,
So,
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the reason why I'm putting this plea is that the lady in question has issued a public statement denying the statement attributed to her.
You see,
Number two, she is a CEO of an agency under the minister.
Yes.
And therefore, he sees with the facts and therefore can respond.
Honorable Majority Leader, that is the more reason for which the question should not be allowed. Because you are saying that the lady in question has issued a public statement denying the allegation, and such a person is not in this house. And the question being brought has nothing to do with any allegation concerning Hanabisu in any manner whatsoever. So per our rules, that question, for intent and purposes, should be disallowed. Because ministers are not asked questions based on allegation by another person.
I don't intend to challenge your ruling or to challenge your reasoning. But I think because the majority leader has alluded to that particular matter, I will not have said anything. I think that it would be in the interest of the minister to dig further into that particular statement by the CEO. Because, Mr. Minister, if you read the statement the CEO came, the clarification, as he has said, is worse than to even say that the excavators were missing. So I will urge the minister to really dig into what happened. Because of what he said. Because the CEO said that they first found 40 excavators. The next day when they came back, they met only 7. It's worse than saying that they were missing. So I think that you should investigate it. I will accept what the speaker has said, but you should investigate that statement.
Well, the minister can take that advice and investigate the propriety or otherwise, but that is not a question I will definitely allow to be answered. Yes?
Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources whether you are aware, whether you are aware
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from the Minister responsible for Lands and Natural Resources whether he is aware that the CEO of the Minerals Development Fund had made a statement to the effect that 33 excavators were missing out of a 40 Cs. Are you aware?
Question overruled. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the minister that whether or not there are measures put in place to curb the situation where excavators were missing So, yes, the time when excavators were missing left, right, center, have you put in place measures to curb the said situation?
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Right, Honorable Speaker, we learning lessons of the past and knowing the risk of excavators possibly missing, flying. We've taken very important measures to ensure that all excavators that are seen are embossed with security features, tracking devices, and tracking numbers across the country. So those excavators that I've described have been properly embossed with features to ensure that they will not be missing. I thank you.
Honorable members, question time is ended. Honorable members, let me seize the opportunity to draw the House attention to Standing Order 88.7, which states, a member in asking a question shall not address the House, raise any argument, or offer an opinion. Honorable members, it is on this basis that if you want to preface your question with argument, you'll be offending the rules. If you want to say because of ABCD by way of offering an opinion, you'll be offending the rules. And you cannot also address the House. Where a question has been asked and answered, no debate on it shall be permitted. And particularly 89. I was taking it up with the Deputy Whip yesterday. It reads, as soon as a question is answered, a member beginning with the member who asked the question may, without notice, ask a supplementary question for further clarification of any matter of facts on the answer, but a supplementary question shall not introduce a matter not included in the original question. Honourable members, let's take note of this particular rule. You can ask a supplementary question, but a supplementary question must not introduce a matter which is not included in the original question. So you cannot be asking a question on the number of excavators. When you are provided a number, then you are proceeding to ask questions on missing excavators. You are introducing entirely different subject matter. On your behalf, I thank the Minister for attending upon the House to provide answers to the questions scheduled for him. Honourable Minister, thank you very much. You are hereby discharged. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we'll take two statements without spending much time on commenting on them and see how far. Two statements, one on this side, one on the other side. There's a statement here? Yeah. Is yours advertised? It's advertised. No, is it advertised? No, I'm saying, is your statement advertised? Pardon? Let's take Edem, and then after that we'll take your statement. So Edem, because you know, at business committee meeting, we spoke about the need to at least provide space for statements that have been advertised. And, you know, just after that, we are repeating the same thing. So let us just take one advertised statement, and then we can get to your statement. I beg you.
8C.
Yes.
Speaker, there should be no objection to that application, except to say that I am coming under 93(1), and I've given the Speaker foreknowledge of it. So the leader should be informed accordingly.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, 8C.
Yes, but he said he's coming under Order 93(1) to draw the House attention to a matter of urgent public importance.
Yeah, Order 93(1) doesn't say that even when you admit that statement, it should supersede any other statement that is going to be made that day. So the statement can be made at the end of sitting, can be made at the beginning, can be made midstream. We are not objecting to the statement being made. Once we've admitted it, it will be made today. But we also agreed at Business Committee that what has happened the last 2 weeks is we advertise statements of most of them backbenchers. They come and sit here the whole day. Leaders come and raise urgent matters, say that their statements should be given priority, and then the backbencher statements keep being delayed. So we agreed at Business Committee that I will not allow leaders to come and stampede us on urgent statements. We agreed. He was there. We agreed. And I told him that I was not going to allow that. We will allow, backbencher statements to also be taken. But today we're saying that let's have a gentleman agreement. Let's have the backbencher's statement taken. Then he can also make his urgent statement. I'm not against it.
Very well. So we take which of the statement?
Just a point for the record. Leader, it is not within your mandate, with the greatest respect to you, to say that I will not allow. That is not in your mandate. It is yes, he is the leader, and I respect him. But it will not take the leader to say that I will not allow the statement to be made. It is Mr. Speaker that admits statement. I am just surprised the language you put out. It's not in your mandate.
Well,
Speaker, it is not in his mandate to say that I will not allow.
Are you talking about admitted statement,
yes,
or you
Speaker,
want to draw
Speaker,
the attention of the House
Speaker, I'm sorry.
to a matter of urgent public importance?
I'm sorry. I won't do this with you. I was at the Business Committee meeting. The matter was raised. In fact, I even raised the matter and said that as of the last advertisement, there were 19 statements advertised. And most of them stood in the names of members who were, first-time colleagues. Then the leader said that, okay, so let's give priority to it. Then I said, yes, but there should be a caveat. Where I am coming under 93(1) is a matter of urgent public importance. I am not coming to stampede any statement that has been advertised already. So I have agreed to what he's saying. But to say that I will not allow, it's not within your mandate. It's not. And our orders do not give him that powers. Mr. Majority, that we respect you, we will defer to you, we will give you all the deference, but it's not in your power to say that I will not allow the statement to be made. You can't do that. You can't say that.
Well, I think, was it last week that the House reached some agreement following an incident involving Eko Asafwa. He has a statement admitted on a particular subject matter. A leader has a statement on same subject matter, came, and that statement has overtaken that of the member, and it brought about some confusion, leading to the fact that some members have their statement processed and duly captured on the order paper to be taken. However, leaders will come with a statement not captured by the order paper, and they want it to override the statement captured by the order paper. And we all agree that to be fair to all members and to give fair opportunity so that they can also have a bite, let's go by the rules so that if your statement is not captured, you ensure that it is captured, and when it gets to your turn, same will be taken. I think it was on that basis that the leader is making his points. So if the agreement of the House is in consonance with what happened last week, then we proceed to take statement per the order paper, And my instruction is to take the statement numbered C, standing in the name of Eric Adam Agbana, Member of Parliament for Ketu North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to make this statement. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to humbly seek your guidance to make a prayer that I have 2 statements admitted for more than 6 months. And if I'm given the opportunity, I would rather want to do the 8H. If
Honorable Member, you don't have a choice. I mentioned a statement numbered C, and that is what you have to take.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, statement on population and development, shaping Ghana's development narrative. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to make this statement on population and development, a matter that lies at the very heart of Ghana's socio-economic progress. A couple of months ago, I had the privilege of participating in an intensive and enlightening workshop organized by the Parliamentary Population and Development Caucus, ably led by the Deputy Minority Leader, the Honorable Patricia Appiagyei, and supported by the Honorable Kwame Jijoli Gakpe. I wish to take this opportunity to commend their leadership and the efforts of all the members of the caucus for facilitating such a timely and impactful engagement. The workshop was not only informative, but also a powerful reminder of the intricate relationship between population dynamics and national development. Mr. Speaker, my motivation for raising this matter today stems from the deep insights gained during the workshop. Ghana's population is growing rapidly, with the youth constituting a significant proportion. This demographic trend presents both tremendous opportunities and serious challenges. Mr. Speaker, if strategically harnessed, our youthful population can be a powerful engine for innovation, productivity, and sustainable growth. However, if neglected, it could result in rising unemployment, overstretched public services, and widening inequality. It is therefore imperative, Mr. Speaker, that Ghana intentionally aligns its development agenda with the population growth. Parliament in this regard has a unique and critical role to play, not just through legislation, but by shaping national narratives, influencing public policy, and ensuring rigorous oversight in the implementation of population-focused programs. Mr. Speaker, a key insight from the workshop was the evident gap in our current public policy framework. At present, there is limited synergy in how population issues are integrated into our national development planning. This gap undermines the ability of the National Development Planning Commission to effectively formulate and implement population-responsive programs. Mr. Speaker, the work of the Population and Development Caucus must serve as a catalyst for sustained long-term action. We must commit to empowering our people, especially women and young people, through access to education, reproductive health, services, and meaningful economic opportunities. This is not merely a matter of benevolence, but one of national urgency and strategic importance. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I once again express my appreciation to the facilitators while calling that as the youthful population grows, there is need for all policymakers to take into consideration the fact that it is important to implement more pro-youth policies to support the growing population, especially among the young people. Mr. Speaker, the time to act is now. Let us work together to build a Ghana where population and development progress is in harmony for today and for generations yet unborn. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Honourable Member, that is the statement ably made. The floor is now open for comments. members in the absence, yes. Honorable Kwame Abuja.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to make a few comments about this brilliant statement made by our colleague. Mr. Speaker, it is true that in any jurisdiction, issues of population should account for any planning and projections if you actually want that policy to succeed. Whether it's education, health, security, roads, or anything, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, indeed, issues about population should be at the center of our planning and even the way we draw up our budget. Mr. Speaker, it is also important for us to know the population projections, to know what to expect in terms of investment. Currently, everybody gets up and says our population is growing at a certain 2 point something or whatever it is. Since this data comes up, you will notice also that today somebody will tell you Ghana's population is 32 million. Somebody will say it's 35 million because it's based on projection, because the census figure is different from what the projected population is. So the figures being quoted now is based on just a projection. So, Mr. Speaker, this is very important. If I have my way, every policy that emanates from any institution or the state should show what population indices they are using to be able to do this. So I think the statement made by our colleague must be taken seriously. Mr. Speaker, for instance, if we want to say we are building a road, or what should we be doing to, let's say, Accra Road in the next 10 years? It has to be based on a certain projection of the population, the number of vehicles that will be plying that road, what kind of activities are even the populace, what are they doing at Takrady, all these things. So it's not only the numbers, but the details of the makeup of the population. Mr. Speaker, the reason today you'll find out that a lot of people will come to you, I have masters in this, I have 2 masters, I have 3 masters. When you ask, masters in what? What is the relevance of the master's degree you hold to the need of our country? Nobody answers that question. Maybe if we pay attention to this, it will be important to find out whether we should allow even the universities or some universities to continue to roll out certain programs, because you are just producing people where you have absolutely no idea as to what they will do. The fact that I have a master's degree doesn't mean that I can automatically get a job. Even if they are looking for a job as a welder, and I have 3 master's degree in economics, how useful am I to the job opportunity in welding? So the issue of population and the makeup of that population must be taken very seriously. And the location of that population makeup, because if you find out that some young people within a certain location have a certain age group and have a certain background in terms of education and skills, then when you are creating jobs, you know that this is the best location for jobs. So it will not be a political tool to say, because I'm the minister of so and so, I'll go and put a certain factory in my village, when the village actually where the skills and other things is the opposite village. So, Mr. Speaker, I think this is a very important statement. And if I have my way, Mr. Speaker, I'll even go as far as saying that this statement should be referred to an appropriate committee to further delve into the issues of population and how we apply population issues to the relevance of our national development. Mr. Speaker, I wish that this statement be considered as one of the statements referred to a committee of parliament for an in-depth studies, and then a report to the plenary for a decision. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Yes. Honorable.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, would like to congratulate the maker of the statements for the brief introduction of the topic. Mr. Speaker, as far as in Ghana, we know that our population is expected to grow to about 50 million in the year 2050, clearly indicating that there is more we need to do as a country to tackle key issues that affect our country. The first issue, Mr. Speaker, I believe has to do with the issue of unemployment. There are so many young people who are getting educated, getting skills, but lacking the ability to get jobs to do, which also put a lot of strain on the adult population, especially dependency. So the adult who is working virtually is taking care of about 4 or 5 more other people who might not be his immediate family members. And I believe that that is one area we need to put emphasis on. What is the curriculum that we need to change to ensure that the young ones that are coming out are learning relevant skills that are applicable to industry and our home and communities? And that is the question we need to be asking. The question we need to be asking the Ministry of Education. What are you going to do differently this time around, up to 2050, to make sure that our people are well positioned, that they are mobile enough to go anywhere in the world and be global competitors? What are we telling our Ministry of Education and other agencies? What programs and policies that you are putting in place to make sure that these young ones that are coming up get something to do or can do something for themselves? Mr. Speaker, in this House, I think that consistently we've come to one conclusion, that it is going to be difficult for government to provide all the jobs for our people. And therefore, self-employment, private employment are the new ways that we can use in changing our countries. Mr. Speaker, if you take all the developed countries that we have in the world, it is the private sector that has been able to generate the energies, the employment for their people. Today, people talk about China, people talk about US, people talk about UK. They are all private-led jobs that our people are engaging. And therefore, what new mindset do we have to tell our young ones to start something on their own? Mr. Speaker, recently I've had the opportunity of speaking to one of our own professors in this House. And he's a professor of psychology. And what he told me is that these days, the youth even believe more in faith than doing something with their own hands. And I believe that that is very dangerous, because we cannot continue to have this savior mentality that we are waiting for somebody to come up with something before we do something for ourselves. And with the rapid increase in population, Mr. Speaker,